Today, Friday, 17th of October 2025. Today's EON is brought to you by New York Yankees and Brian Cashman. So, a couple years ago, this is as time goes by fast. I believe it was 2020. I'm listening to a podcast and they're talking to David Wells. And David Wells talks about Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium. That when players walk by, this is not even recent anymore. It's about 10 years old. This is the way the league is now, and all these leagues. That the players would walk by the clubhouse, and the young players were told not to engage with the older players because the older players would give them advice about stuff. And I believe David Wells that story. Now, it's David Wells said that story. Now, he didn't say the exact thing. He said somehow these players are not seeing me anymore, and it's probably because the organization doesn't allow it to. And these old timers day for Yankee Stadium, and these are classic days. Everyone talks about Mickey Mantle hitting over the fence back in the day when he came back for Old Timers Day, and all these this fun thing. You see 2 innings of guys. Until one year, I got to call out Derek Jeter for that. Somehow there was no game that year, but every other year there's a game. Guys play 2 or 3 innings, if that, and it's good to see these guys. Obviously, they're not in good shape anymore. And they obviously can't do what they used to do, but it's good to see guys playing again. And it's good to see these old guys on the field. But these players are not seeing them anymore, and they're not talking to them as much as they used to. Not giving them advice. Because the old players, when I was a kid, A-Rod, Jeter, Pettit, Posada, would talk to Yogi, and it was a big deal. It was a big deal seeing Johnny Damon go over to them. It was a big deal when Nick Swisher would be when he said at the end, we still love Yogi and Yogi's going to be around forever. Obviously, he was obviously exaggerating because Yogi was older, and he said, no, we want Yogi here forever. And obviously Yogi passed away, and rest in peace Yogi Berra, and rest in peace to all those guys who are not here anymore. But what I'm saying is this, is that when I hear Brian Cashman on the radio yesterday get upset and say, you know what, their TV, whatever. I called Derek Jeter because I got upset. He sounded upset. And it's very bad taste in his mouth. He doesn't like these guys. And by the way, you haven't won a championship since those guys left. I know, you made it, but you haven't, you thought you were the team. And that's the problem. That is the issue right here. Because he changed everything. He changed from the Yankees to be this stack the deck team. You lose to a team, let's go get the next guy. Let's go get the guy that just beat us. Let's go get the big free agent right now because we can't have that guy cannot play for another team, the guy who just beat us. Or the guy that's really, really good is he's got to be on our team. So you outbid everybody, like Assisi, like AJ Burnett, Teixeira. Even though those guys, especially Burnett, I don't think he was so great with the Yankees, but he had big moments. Without a doubt, he had big moments. It was yeah, this is what it is. It's a stack the deck team. You cannot play for any other team. I'm going after you because we got to win. We got to stack the deck. Even if you didn't win the World Series, you knew that the Yankees tried their hardest to win it all at all costs. Now there's no all costs. Now there's, I know, I saw the guys breathing when he breathes in August 22nd. He doesn't hit good on August 22nd, so we're going to bench him on August 22nd because on August 24th, he's much better. And if he rests for 2 days and he goes to the bathroom and he takes a shit before the game, then suddenly he hits 10 home runs. So we're going to make sure we're going to follow him to the bathroom, and he's got to go to the bathroom. That's what they do. And instead, he's upset that they're accusing him of the Yankees organization of having meetings before the games of what they should do. And he kind of admitted it yesterday. On October 16th was the interview of 2025. They do have meetings, but at the end of the day, we let the manager do anything. And what if the manager doesn't do anything? What do? You fire him. Let's be real here. He just keeps saying, oh, we don't make him do anything. At the end of the day, the lineup card is his card. Yes, they're not going to run down the steps. That's a fact. No one's running down the steps. We're not stupid. See, he thinks fans are third graders. That's what he thinks. And Brian Cashman is I became the organization. He thought he became the organization. That's what it is. He became the organization. He's not bad at it. He's not so bad at it. But you ain't special. You ain't like architect that's just like, oh, what's his name in Scotty Bowman in hockey? He ain't Scotty Bowman. Okay? Scotty Bowman goes to another team. Boom. Championship. I'll name it Montreal, Detroit, Chicago. I didn't even know hockey, but I know these stuff. Like, he goes to all these teams, different worlds, different coasts, and says championships, not even chip, like multiple. And ask Montreal fans about Scotty Bowman. Ask Detroit about Scotty Bowman. Ask Chicago Blackhawk fans about Scotty Bowman. You ain't Scotty Bowman. You're not. Because you won in 98, 99, 2000. That wasn't your team. You didn't architect that team. Now, you were a part of it as assistant GM. I'm not going to say you were not a part of it. Enjoy your rings. I would brag about it too. But years later, started becoming your rosters. You weren't winning. You weren't winning to 2009. You won. And then you were winning. You're winning games. You're good. You win games, but you don't win championships, and you're pissed about it to this day. But you know what? You have a job for life, so you can do whatever the heck you want. And I remember when George passed away, suddenly you started talking a lot of shit. Okay? Now, not as much as other GMs, but you started being like a jokester. You started being like, I could do this on small roster teams. I don't like when people say this about me. Like, you started bragging because George is not over your head anymore. Which, whatever, I get it. There's nothing wrong with it if you win. But you know what? You're upset. You're upset at the legends. And getting back to my first point, let's go. It's all around in circles. We're all around in circles right now. That's what we're talking. Anybody hear me? We're all going all over in circles. You don't respect the old day instead of saying, yeah, they're TV guys now, and I wish them luck and whatever. But like, you're upset. You sound pissed that these guys said that about you. Like, even Derek Jeter said, I had no firsthand knowledge. He said, okay, fine, whatever. But you're upset. And when you're upset, that means something is right what they're saying. And that's the problem. That's the issue. You don't respect the legends anymore. And this is what it is. I will always say this, and I've always said this before. I am not like angry about it. I just know the realization. This is what it is now. This is reality, boys. This is how it works. The reality right now is the New York Yankees don't care about their past. They don't care about their legacy. They obviously depend on that logo. We are, as Yankee fans, guys, we're the Texas Rangers. We're the San Francisco Giants. Baltimore Orioles. We're just another team right now. And that's it. Yes, we're making the playoffs every year. We're not the Dodgers who stack the deck. Say, we won the World Series. Hey, Blake Snell, another Japanese dude. No. Because the Dodgers fans, they have to understand this. Don't take this for granted, Dodger fans, if you're watching. Don't ever take this for granted. Wow, it's terrible, this freaking cough. Don't ever take this for an event. Don't take it for granted that when you guys have an owner that cares and you win, even if you win the World Series or you lose the World Series or you don't lose in the playoffs, that you're going all out and it's a big deal. And I don't hate the Dodgers for it. You know why? Because I'm not a fucking hypocrite. Like, when I was a kid, everybody said, it's not fair they buy everybody. I don't hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't hate the Dodgers. I respect the Dodgers. Salute to you guys for doing that, for caring about winning. Because I just realized it ain't about the richest team. It's about the team that cares the most. Because I always said that the Baltimore Orioles owner was always richer than the Steinbrenner. Didn't give a shit. Okay? George Steinbrenner passed away. The Yankees are worth more than they were when George was alive. But it's not as big of a deal to win a World Series anymore. It's not. People have to understand that. Yankee fans, you got to get it. Sports fans, people in the world, you got to understand this. When a team spends a crazy amount of money, like the Met fans of Stevie Cohen, maybe they aren't good, but Stevie Cohen appreciates Stevie Cohen for spending money. Appreciate it. Because it's not going to happen every day. In 10 years, he might change. Someone's going to change. Something's going to change for the better or the worse. You got to understand this. People around the world got to get it. Okay? It's not going to last forever where we didn't win the World Series. We got the next free agent out here. He's coming to us. At least it's going to be a bidding war for us. Got to understand that. Yes, the Yankees are the fourth most spending team. They spend a lot of money compared to other teams. But you ain't getting everybody. Just how it is. Guys, have a good day. See you soon. Don't take anything for granted in life. Whatever's going through your life, this is not going to be like this anymore. The city, the town, I don't even get into people being alive or not. I'm not even going there. But I'm going like, fans, if your team is spending crazy money, don't take it for granted because it's not going to last forever. Have a good one.